Hi everyone, those of you new to the channel, I'm Teresa Perrin, and we're going to discuss HLBZ today and why I think it's about to break out again. So let's get started. Please remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD, and if you could, smash that like button for me as it helps out with the algorithms to get the word out there on this ticker, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's get started. So guys, HLBZ has been beat down very, very hard this year. It has had a 52-week high of $41.88 and a 52-week low of $23.09. So essentially like 24 cents, right? And guys, it's at this bottom. It had a nice run up where it doubled in price earlier this week, but it fell back down. And I believe that because of the closing candle on Friday, we are about to make a move back to that upside. This is a doji, as you can see that I have circled here. This is the daily candle on Friday. And guys, normally when you see a doji, it's indicative of a reversal. Now, we are at 27.5 cents. And guys, I believe that in the after hours, other people probably noticed this as well. And we're buying, and we are up to 28 cents and change, and I do believe that that continues higher. Now, interestingly, here we go. It was at 28.30 where it closed. Now, the 52-week high, like I said, I'm sorry, that was the all-time high, the chart I had out earlier. The 52-week high was $12.10. So it must have been the 2-year high was that number in the 40s that we discussed. And the 52-week low, like I said, is 23.9 cents. So essentially like 24 cents, right, guys? This ticker has a very small free float, which is why it's able to run the way that it does. It only has 23.02 million shares, and the average volume is usually almost half of that every day in the past 3 months. So that's kind of got to make you wonder, right? No stock should have half of its shares traded every single day, because there's people that buy and hold and add, and there's a lot of shares that have been bought up by the CEO of this company. So this doesn't add up. Something is brewing here, guys. And I think that what comes to mind would be naked shorting, since this stock has been beat down as hard as it is, because it doesn't make sense. But I don't want to speculate in this video, but when you see numbers like this, it has to make you wonder. Now, on Friday, the volume was crazy low compared to normal. It was only 5.27 million, which was less than half of its normal daily volume, right? So why is that? Well, a couple things come to mind, and I think shorts are starting to get out, and they should. But I also think that people got scared with that initial run we had earlier in the week and are hesitant to buy, even though, guys, we're at the bottom. This is how you build wealth, when you can buy tickers that everyone else is afraid to buy, because it can't stay this low forever. This is a legit company, and guys, it's been growing aggressively, has had nothing but great PR. It's just been affected by this crappy market, as well as just these, growth stocks, being beat down very, very hard. They're high risk plays. Nobody wants to invest right now in stocks that, are in the process of trying to, break into this market. They're high risk, but they're also going to be high reward, the ones that make it. And I do believe HLBZ will. Check out my other videos if you want more details on what HLBZ does. I highly recommend you visit their website real quick. They do have like electric scooters and electric mobility devices that are taking over large parts of Europe, and also, parts in the US, like where there's cruise terminals and things like that, are heavily vacation to areas with warmer climates. And guys, I do believe that this company is going to be explosive. There are 5 investors that are betting big on HLBZ. HLBZ hasn't been above the $1 mark in months, but yesterday it more than doubled in value. Now, this is the run that I was talking about earlier in the week, and this article was written on 10/19, just so you know. Investor Place contributor Chris McDonald attributed the surge on enthusiasm spurred by the company's low price and relatively small float. As he noted, a speculative stock at this penny stock range, HLBZ, is a company that momentum traders may look at as a vehicle to play the market rally. It's a high beta play in the market that can be a good thing on days like today. Does that make HLBZ stock a smart investment? Not according to InvestorPlace contributor David Modell. He argues that HLBZ gains have often been driven by meme stock frenzies, which don't translate into long-term growth opportunities for investors. While Modell makes it clear that he doesn't consider the company worth an investment, there are others who disagree. And guys, I am one of them. Now, the real reason that this ran, but unfortunately this contributor, who probably has a short position, although he claims he doesn't, but I don't know, is because the CEO, Salvatore Paella, I keep saying that wrong. Salvatore Paella purchased 252,636 shares of HLBZ stock, briefly sending shares up 10%. And he isn't the only investor to take a substantial stake in HLBZ. Now, guys, if you go back and see, this CEO has been investing his own money repeatedly in HLBZ. He believes in this company, which says a lot. There are a lot of companies where, in the CEOs and stuff get granted shares, given shares as part of their compensation package. But for him to be aggressively buying this stock, which he has been doing this entire time, and at much higher prices than it's at right now, never selling, guys, always accumulating and buying. He knows something. And I believe that this company is going to be very successful. The 5 top investors that are betting big on HLBZ stock. HLBZ hasn't received as much attention from institutional investors during 2022 quarter 2 as many larger cap stocks, according to data from Will Wisdom. 15 hedge funds reported 13F filings for HLBZ stock trades, down from the previous 17. This represents a decline of almost 12%. Now, guys, the reason for this, in my opinion, is because if you go and you look at those filings, which I believe I discussed in my last HLBZ video, you will see that shorts are closing out their position in HLBZ, which is why it's down, because they're not shorting it anymore. They're closing their positions and getting out because, they're shorting firms and they know that this stock is going to go long. And I wouldn't be surprised if those same shorts eventually buy back in and go long, but they're waiting for that confirmation, guys. Now, additionally, new positions in the stock have fallen from 7 to 4, a decrease of more than 42% for the quarter. Again, guys, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, because those shares that they had, they were either loaning out to short or they were shorting themselves. Now, however, ownership percentage has risen, from 4.2275 to 5.7223, up more than 35%. Let's take a closer look at the institutional investors currently taking large positions in HLBZ. Credit Suisse, 940,000 shares. Credit Suisse did not report any HLBZ stock trades during quarter 2. Omni Partners, 366,445 shares. Omni Partners purchased 35,630 shares of HLBZ during quarter 2. Renaissance Technology, 190,845 shares, of which 180,519 they purchased during quarter 2. Vanguard Group, 106,121. Vanguard did not report any HLBZ stock trades during quarter 2. Virtue, 61,882 shares. Virtue purchased 8,851 shares in quarter 2. Now, guys, this goes to show you that, these companies believe in HLBZ because they bought it higher than the price than it's at today. I'll tell you that. So I believe that there is a lot of opportunity in this ticker. And again, guys, when others are fearful is the time that we can build our positions along with institutional investors, because that's what they're doing before this thing skyrockets. Now, here's what I think is going to be the next catalyst and when this takes off even further. November 21st, 2022 is the estimated earnings date. HLBZ themselves have not announced the actual date for earnings, guys, but I do believe that when they do, you will start to see the stock move higher again, because their earnings have not been awful, guys, and I do expect that it's going to send the stock running. They've actually had pretty good earnings, so, people have to start looking at what this company is doing, everything that it's acquiring, all the businesses it's buying out. It's really, really growing, and I think this is an excellent opportunity. Now, according to Fintel, the short interest is only 1.52%. Guys, I don't believe this for a second, although I do believe that it's gone down substantially. There are over 1 million shares available to short, but look at this. The cost to borrow is between 41 and 45%. Does that sound like a stock that has that little of, of share? Well, it has a lot of shares available, but that little of a short interest? No, guys, it doesn't. It really doesn't add up. If you go and you look at other stocks that are trading in this price range, that's a high cost to borrow. I mean, first of all, you'd have to be absolutely out of your mind to be shorting it at this point when it's trading at, 28 cents. You have a much bigger move to the upside than you do to the potential downside. So, I don't know, guys. Personally, I think we're good. And also, look at this. The short volume ratio has been between 34 and 68%, and on Friday was at 53.9%. Personally, I think that the reason the stock came back down was due to options. Actually, I'm not even sure that this stock has options. I'd have to double take a look at that. I'm going to take that back, but if it does, then I can assure you that that is the reason why. But also, guys, it didn't make that doji yet, which is confirmation of that move to the upside. A change. So now that we have it, I am very confident in saying that we should be seeing moves continue to go to the upside. And I just want to show you that these FTDs are very insignificant, guys. And look at this. Back a month ago, this stock was more than double of what it's trading right now. So that's where these institutional were buying even higher than this, guys. So let me tell you, in my honest opinion, there's a long, long way to the upside to go, and we're just barely getting started. And again, the affiliate delivers appear that they have mostly been covered. It'll be interesting to see what comes out with that run that we had, whether that'll be on the next report or the one after. I think it might be the one after. But it'll be interesting to see how they're accumulating as these prices are going down, or if they're not, and, people have just sold out for losses. Now, again, this just shows the institutional ownership. There's a total of 8, and they're all long. None of them have short positions. None of them have long short positions, guys. This right here, even though I'd like to see more institutions buying in, which I think we will as the price rises, but this right here is extremely bullish, okay? The fact that they're all long and none of them have short positions left is what you want to see. So this is excellent right here. And I just want to show you that the dark pool trades on HLBZ have been crazy, guys, which has also been another reason why this price can barely move up. 59% of the total volume on Friday was in the dark pool. And on average, it's been 47%. So, guys, of course, they can control the price in there, but I do believe that they're done moving the stock down, and it's time to bring it to the upside, and now's your opportunity. I really think that this is a stock that everyone should consider accumulating at these prices. It's just phenomenal, and when this goes to $1 plus, you'll be wishing that you did. All right, thank you so much for watching, and have a fabulous